Hi. Man, I love being around humans who are constantly, I don't know, taking on the challenge and bettering themselves. And then seeing the results and the joy of overcoming challenges. And there could be the most simplest things. This morning I was reading an email of someone whose learning abilities are a little bit challenged. And instead of shutting down, throwing in the towel and saying, no, I can't do it, this person has taken on the challenge to give it a go and just grow and evolve and set targets. And instead of looking at this project as was one big project that they can't possibly ever accomplish, by setting little targets, the growth factor is being recognized, which means a lot of gratification and success is already happening. And I love that because it really shows me how us as humans have the ability to keep going forward, keep bettering ourselves, but also to see the mind when we can just go, no, I can't, and shut it down. It's too big, it's too much. I'll never get there. And no, you probably wouldn't get there in a week or a day, but if you gave yourself time to evolve and time to learn and treated yourself nicely, then who knows what could happen in a month's time or a year's time. And when you overcome the no, when you overcome the idea that you can't, something magical happens. It's like you open up your mind, you open up yourself to just saying yes. Why not? And why in that time frame? Why not in my time frame? You know? And I love that because who said it had to be done in a few hours or a day? Who imposed that silly rule and put those limits on the person that needs more time? We're all so unique, and for us to love ourselves and honor what we need means that first we're being very gentle with ourselves, but we also then reflect that gentleness to others because we realize they're different and have different needs. Isn't that the epitome of kindness? Is instead of saying, okay, everyone in the world, this has to be done and learnt and overcome and ticked off the box in 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, everyone has to do it. And maybe some people can, maybe a lot of people can, but those who can't somehow feel like they're a failure because they didn't hit that mark. And I know we're pretty much all trained that way in the school system, and those grades and those exams dictate how we are, but also who we are. It dictates to us if we're sometimes popular or unpopular because we might be classed now as stupid, dumb, or more names, because the school I grew up in, we called each other really, really bad stuff. And I think some of those words you're not even allowed to use anymore. But, it's so wrong to impose such cruelty on each other rather than supporting and allowing where we are all at and what we need. And also realizing as if we're the ones that are putting those rules in place, maybe we're wrong. Maybe those rules should be worded differently or even adjusted completely so that we do support the people that need more time on anything. Look, I'm talking about anything right now. I mean, the other day I was even talking to someone who was getting their driver's license, and not a teenager. So first they had to get over the fact that they're not a teenager going for their driver's license. That's a little bit humbling to begin with. But then also the idea that it could be 2, 3, 4 attempts. And if you're at the third attempt and still got failed, are you a failure? No. You instead of seeing it as a failure, see it as a learning, see it as a, wow, I've got more I can see. I wasn't aware I needed to know this as well. And I think some of these earlier videos I've been talking about innocence, and I love how when we don't take it seriously, when these things don't define us, we are open But when we do take it seriously, when we do feel ashamed or rejected or a failure, we take it so seriously, and it's totally defining who we are. You know, I can't do that. I am a failure. I will never, drive a car. And it's not true. Do you just need to learn a bit more? Do you need a bit more practice? Do you need a bit more time? Do you need a rest? Is it just too overwhelming right now? Does it need to be worded differently for you? Why aren't you getting it? What aspect of this do you need to see differently? Do you need me to draw you pictures rather than write out words? You know, it's like amazing how different we all are, and yet we kind of throw ourselves into the same box. I think the greatest source of love and sense of kindness is to listen and to understand. To listen and to kind of let go of these hard edges. And it's not like making allowances, but those allowances should already have been in place, right? It's not making a compromise, but the idea of flexibility should already have been in place. I mean, that's just how we should be with each other. Those are my thoughts.